It's either Amazon or eBay. Mrs. Hawaiian Fish Keeper wants him out. Maybe I'll just call myself the king of game changers. Have a chunk out the top of his head. Hold on, check this out. You just don't know what's gonna happen when you got predators like this in one tank.
Hana Hui A Maui. Aloha,
my ohana. This is your boy, the Hawaiian Fish Keeper, back sporting the coconut hat. There's a little bit of trouble in paradise again, so we're gonna go inside. I want to show you guys before I start this video and get to the topic. Let me show you guys what's going on with trouble in paradise. So whenever I'm talking about trouble in paradise, it always seems to surround this tank right here. Yes, my predator tank, my 120. You can see baby Zeus, the Ocellaris peacock bass. You got right there renovation, the red devil. You can see his bump is getting huge. Matter of fact, he's getting big too. Not as big as that dude there. Look at him stretching out his mouth, taking a yawn. And then we got my red Severum there in the background. I had to move somebody out of this tank because he was getting demolished, man. Straight demolished. It's almost like a survival of the fittest. God, look at that mouth. Did you just see him yawn? If you didn't, go ahead and double click, rewind 10 seconds and see that yawn. His mouth is huge. I swear I can lip him if I catch him. We're gonna turn this camera around and focus a little bit on these fish in this tank, okay? I'll let you know who's in and who's out. It's almost like, you know that show that was on TV, Survivor? Yeah, it's sort of like people just keep getting voted off the island. So let me switch this camera around. We have our red Severum there. We have our red devil here. Look at that bump. He's looking so beautiful. Look at that orange beak coming in. And then we got our Ocellaris peacock bass. As a matter of fact, Mrs. Hawaiian Fish Keeper wants him out. Yeah, she wants to evict this guy from his home because he's becoming to be a little bit of a jerk in this tank. And then we have over there in the corner, the Green Terror, aka Jason Voorhees. And then on this side is Mr. Tupac, my Jack Dempsey. I do have a Synodontis catfish in here, which hides and he comes out at night. The person that's missing out of here is Robert Van Winkle, yes, Vanilla Ice, who is my turquoise Severum. As you notice, I got the red one there. The turquoise Severum is not in this tank just because he was getting beat up on by Mr. Ocellaris peacock bass. As you can see him in action. That's what happens, you know, when you roll the dice with some of these fish that you got, especially an Ocellaris peacock bass, red devil. You just don't know what's going to happen when you got predators like this in one tank. Although I have a bunch of hides, a bunch of plants, a bunch of rocks, out of sight, out of mind. It's still, you know, a gamble with these fish. Although the red devil is becoming kind of the tank boss here. He really doesn't mess around. And I've actually seen Mr. Ocellaris peacock bass, baby Zeus here, actually swim away from him and shy down from him. So if I had to pick a tank boss, I would have to say it is the red devil. Yeah, he's looking beautiful. So let me show you guys where I put the turquoise Severum, Robert Van Winkle. Let's go. Here he is, guys. Look at that. You can see him just totally have a chunk out the top of his head. Poor guy. He's beat up on this side. He's beat up on this side. Over here, you can see all the little scuffs. But I did treat this water with Aquarium salt, as you can see. Look at him. Lemon, aka the lemon Oscar. We just called him Lemon, which I think is hilarious. But poor guy, look at him. You can see the cuts and bites, and his fins are okay. It's just the bites, and that was all due to the Ocellaris peacock bass. So Severums and Oscars are pretty good with each other as far as tank mates go. No aggression. Look at him. He's pretty. His face. He was really bad, guys, especially his color. Totally dull. He looks a lot better right now. He's been in here for about maybe 3 days. And yeah, they're both doing good. You got Lemon up here. I just put some pellets in there, so they're going to go ahead and eat a little bit. They're doing well. I just wanted to keep you guys up to par on what's going on when you got a tank like that predator tank and you got a, you know, extremely aggressive fish. It's always, as a fish keeper, somewhat of a challenge, you know, because you always want to think the best when you have a variety of, like, you know, Central and South American cichlids in there that are extremely aggressive. You know, it's always a gamble, and you do run a risk of losing fish. But when you're on top of the game, as far as, you know, watching the fish, seeing who's getting picked on, and you have a plan B or a plan C, you know, there's nothing wrong with keeping fish together like that. Because sometimes, honestly, it works. You know, you're talking to somebody who has a huge Oscar and a gold gourami living together. So as these guys feed their bellies, I'm going to go ahead and leave them alone, and we'll get into this video. Just wanted to keep you guys all posted at home on how Lamont is doing. He looks like flawless. He was really beaten up. He was more beaten up than Robert Van Winkle here. But other than that, though, they're doing great. He's kind of like over here with his full belly. And Lamont is over here, Mr. Lemon Oscar. I get a kick out of his name, Lamont. It's sort of like, you know, it's spelled the same as lemon, as in Lemon Oscar, but I just kind of broke it up and put a little hyphen in there, Lamont. So guys, go ahead and do me a favor and give these two guys a like, because everything is really kosher in this tank. So don't forget to hit that like button, guys. Now let's get into the details of this video. All right, guys, so I'm super excited to show you what I got in the mail. Hold on, check this out. Hey, man, looks like you tore a leaf off of one of your plants. Man, yeah. If you guys don't know, that's what Oscars do. They're notorious for wrecking their tank. So let's get into the garage where I have a nice little studio set up for us. Look it, I got another package from one of my favorite online places to shop. Yeah, Amazon. It's either Amazon or eBay, one of those two spots. Anyways, this right here is a must-have in our hobby, and I swear, like every quarantine / hospital tank, or even an extra tank that you have, needs one of these in it. It is a must-have in my opinion. Now, let's open it up and see what it is. It could be a possible game changer for some of you guys. Matter of fact, I know I say game changer all the time, and maybe I'll just call myself the king of game changers. No, not gonna happen. Anyways, let's open it up and see what I got. So check it out. I had this tank set up specifically for this video. As you can see, you know you're doing big things when you got a spare tank to do like a video with, right? Just kidding. Anyways, so this is what I normally use, all right? I love the dual sponge filters for my hospital tanks, for my quarantine tanks. I have a couple of these in my 10-gallon tank. I have another one in another 10-gallon tank, and I just love these versus the other style of sponge filter. This is just the spare one that I have. This is suitable for a 20-gallon tank, and the same thing for this in this bag. Boom! Let's open it up and see what we got. And guess what? This is from our friends at Aquaneat. I did pay for this. Once again, they didn't sponsor me, although I'm starting to like Aquaneat stuff. Let's open this up. Yes, look at that. A dual head sponge filter. But if you notice those little hollow containers, let's just get rid of the box. Look at that. It comes with bio media. These look like a little porcelain ball type of media, and you put them in the bottom of these. Is this a game changer, or is this a game changer? So you just take off your little foams and these little containers here. This little piece comes off, and then you got this little container here that slides off. This is a suction cup, which will go right here. Real easy to put together. These things are so simple. I mean, just like any other sponge filter. Boom, boom, boom. So we got that. We got our little container here. So let's go ahead and set that down. And I believe they just twist off. Yeah, they just twist off. There's a little lock on it. And then we add our media, which we're definitely going to rinse. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to add it. Okay. So look at that. We just add our little... Wow, it's a perfect fit too. Our little biomedia, and then we're going to put the cap on, and then there's a little locking. There's a little arrow, if you can see it. Let me see if I can get, there you go. Right there, that angle, there's a little arrow. So you put it in and you turn it in that direction, and that locks it. Look at that. And so now you have your biomedia with your mechanical media or mechanical filtration. So let me pop that on there. Kind of just goes right down. And then we put our little plastic piece, which holds the sponge. Boom! Look at that. And this is where we're going to run our little airline tube. So let's just go ahead and stick the airline tube on there, since we got the airline tube right here. And that goes on pretty easy. Like I said, we're just using this airline tube and this portable air pump for the purpose of this video. So you basically got your dual sponge air filter, which I normally use in my tanks. And then we have this new one by Aqua Neat with the biological media at the bottom. We got our sponge mechanical filtration, biological filtration, beneficial bacteria colonizing not only here, but also here. So it's almost like a 2-for-1, you know? So we got this all hooked up. So let's go ahead and put it in our tank and see how it works. Okay, so I'm totally digging on this sponge filter here. Look at the biomedia down low. It's got a nice flow, some nice aeration at the top, nice bubbles. All right, so you can see this thing does have an extender on it, okay? So you could extend this to go higher or lower. It looks like about maybe 3 inches. That's kind of cool. So like, you know, if you got to sink this way down to the bottom here, you can go ahead and bring this up a little bit. And you can cause some water agitation at the surface, wherever the water is, if you want that. You know, it just depends if you want that look. Or you can just push it all the way down. But that right there is the game changer, the biomedia at the bottom of this. Now, I've seen DIY projects about making your own sponge filters with biomedia and stuff at the bottom, but, you know, this is just ready to go. So I just wanted to introduce this to you guys. All the links will be down in the description below, but this is the sponge filter by Aqua Neat with the biomedia ceramic balls. Like I said, this is a kit, so it comes with a little kit with your tea, some airline hose, some suction cups, air check valve, and a air adjuster valve too as well. That's $23 and some change. If you want to just buy the filter, minus the package, minus the bio balls, you got to put your own media in it. It's $16 and some change. Links will be down in the description below. In my opinion, this is a great buy. And like I said, a possible game changer for some of you guys. I like the look of it. A little style, you know, a little swag to your tank if you want it. Since I love this item so much, I'm going to do you guys a solid and give you guys their website. There it is, Aqua Neat. You can buy Aqua Neat supplies at www.cllpetsupplies.com. I'll have the link down in the description below. As you can see, this thing was easy to put together and disassembled. If you ever need to clean the sponges, they just slide off, just like your dual sponge filters or any other sponge filter. And yeah, if you need to rinse out the cartridges as far as the biomedia goes, they just pop off too as well, and you can just rinse them off with some tank water if they get really dirty. But yeah, this is actually a pretty dope little sponge filter, man. I'm digging out on the way it looks and you know what it could provide for your tank. Okay, so we got the Predator tank, the 120. Underneath here, as you can see, I have all my biological media in this 10-gallon tank. Always have extra. I'm gonna stick one of the filters here down in this 10-gallon tank, and then the other one, we're gonna shift it to this side too. Here, I'm gonna put one in the back there. Yep, in the far back. So I wanted to show you guys exactly what I'm going to do with those sponge filters. So I will keep you guys updated on the tank from hell right here behind me, as you see. Look at him. Yeah, the bully, baby Zeus. Oh, there he goes yawning again. I don't think he's not much of a baby anymore. I might just have to call him Zeus. As you see, look at Red Devil. Watch Red Devil punk him. Look at. See? See, the Red Devil punked him. We got it on camera too. I want to give a huge shout out to all my new subscribers. Welcome to the Ohana. I really appreciate the love and support by all of my subscribers. If you like this video, don't forget, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell, because that's just going to notify you when I put out a new video. Other than that, stay safe and healthy. Happy fish, happy life, much love, and aloha.
Hana Hui A Maui.